Hey guys, what is up? It is Stephen on from Hackers Nightmare, and today we're back with another Photoshop tutorial, and we are going to be making a vintage Photoshop effect. Now, if you guys haven't noticed from the picture, we are going to be using a Martin Luther King Jr. photo. Today was actually his 50th anniversary for his very important I Have a Dream speech. So we're just going to dedicate this to him and let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do, is actually um, open up the photo. So find your photo, open it. Mine's right there. I'm gonna hit Control 0, and that just zooms in the canvas size. So I'm gonna double click on the background layer, and I'm gonna call it MLK. Alright, once we have that, we can go to our adjustments panel right here. If you don't have adjustments, we can go to Window, hit Adjustments to check mark it, and it will appear just like that. And there we go. Now we're going to hit Hue and Saturation. This is just going to add the vintage color that we're looking for. So what we're going to do, we're going to set the hue at 15. We're going to set the saturation to 14, and we are going to set the lightness to +2. Now this looks a bit weird, but let's just hit colorize, and we have that amazing, copper tint that we've been looking for. Alright, now once we have that, let's hit the MLK layer again, so we can highlight that. And we'll go to filter, we'll go to noise, and we'll go to add noise. Now we're gonna hit the distribution to Gaussian, and we're gonna set it around 4.80%. Now that's a bit much for me, so I'm gonna play around with the settings. I think that's gonna work. I set mine at 1 if you didn't see earlier, so just play around. The average is about 4.8%. But it just depends on which photo you have. So right after we do that, we're going to be creating a new layer. Now once you have the new layer, make sure that black is your foreground color. If it isn't, just hit this, or you can just click on the black and change it. So with black, we're going to be hitting Alt backspace with the layer highlighted. We're going to double click on the layer to rename it, and we call it lines. This is going to be our lines layer where we're going to add the vintage looking cuts or wrinkles that are usually in these type of photos. Now, this is where it gets tricky. For Photoshop CC, you have to go to a filtered gallery, whereas if you're not Photoshop CC, you should have texture folder right here, and you go to texture grain. But for people with Photoshop CC, just go to filter gallery and hit this texture right there and hit grain. Make sure your intensity is on 52, your contrast is on 50, and your grain type is on vertical. Now once we do that, we just hit OK. Now what I kind of do is I want to duplicate the layer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit Control J. So now we have 2 of them. So for the first one, we are going to make it a lot smaller. So we're going to just zoom this in about halfway, just for that, and looks pretty good from there. And our second one, we're going to be dragging it the other way. Line it up just like that, and we're going to click OK. Now that just gives us the lines that we want. They're actually looking really good as of now, but you can play with the layers to see what you can get. Now, with the lines copy, hold Shift to get both layers, and we can just change the mode to screen. as you can see, the lines show up on the picture. And now we have a very nice looking vintage effect right in Photoshop. No plugins whatsoever. Alright guys, that is our tutorial for today. Sorry for not posting much, but we are going to start posting more. More information on that will be in our next blog show. So stay tuned and hope to see you guys next time.